Albany now.
Other towns folks might as well.
Yeah.
How are we different? I don't know.
Soon,
Six
now.
o'clock.
Getting things done.
and somebody else coming
Recording in progress.
Good evening, I'd like to call the August 19th Town Board meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Just a couple quick announcements. This Thursday, the 21st, at Dog Patch Park, the O&W Rail Trail Alliance is going to be having the annual Bow Wow event. So if you have pets, bring them with you. It's going to be fun. They usually do a good job over there. Also, Saturday night at 9 p.m., there's going to be a Borscht Belt dedication marker in Woodburn, right in the business district over there. This Saturday night, 9 p.m. It'll be nice. Do we have any correspondence tonight?
I do not.
All right, then let's move on to public comment. Does anyone want to speak tonight?
First would be Mary Adams.
Good evening. Thank you all. All that you do. We know you do a lot in there. It's a busy time. So I recently spoke about the lighting and the noise up on Bud Road and Todd Road. So the lighting, I found out more about it. So the baseball field on Camp Ariza has professional lighting, and it lights up the entire field, of course, because you have to be able to see the ball at night. An electrician said that those lights were installed in the daytime and were not adjusted for nighttime. On the back of the lights is indicated a spectrum, and at the prison, I gather, they have similar lights, and what they did is they turned them down towards the earth, which makes them dark sky compliant, and they adjusted the spectrum so that it was every other light, because the animals on Bud Road, because there's farms, respond to the bright lights. It actually changes their whole rhythm. Because it's so bright, it's almost like daylight. So also when it's foggy up there, the light, and this is particularly from Mayan Tohar, they also have bright lights, and I know the neighbors have talked to them and they said they were going to do something, but they haven't done anything. And when it gets foggy, which it has been lately because of the colder nights, it reflects the light, and you can see it all the way to the Schwungums. So that's how, in Ulster County Road, Ulster Heights Road. And it's blinding the drivers. It's blinding their, whoops, it's blinding their, visibility. So it really needs to be taken care of. And so what I wanted to suggest is that if we could send up a building department person, because I think in the zoning it says the building department code enforcer could actually adjust the lighting, or get an electrician to do that, and it would be really great if it happened like this week, not waiting until after Labor Day, because also, as I mentioned, Shivananda Ashram, they have people from all over the world. They come from all over. They've been coming since the 70s. And this lighting is really disruptive to the students that are studying. They can't sleep. So we're all living here. We've all been here a long time. None of us are going anywhere. So we have to find a way to get along. And that's one way. I think it's a really simple solution that could happen. It's not controversial. It's not political. It's just a very easy adjustment. So I'd really appreciate knowing that happened, and if you would let me know, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mary. Jerry Skoda, please.
Good evening. Chairman Ben Simon, members of the board.
I would like to address two issues tonight. First of all, 73 Rose Road. A recent FOIL of the building department indicates that they have still not filed for any permits. This was a requirement of the court order dated May 22nd, 2024. Secondly, the notices of violations dated July 24th and 25th indicated dates to comply by July 31st in the first week in August. According to the FOIL, there has been no follow-up visits or correspondence to the violations in the FOIL request. There are a large number of families and children currently using the facility, which is also forbidden by the court order. We have notified this board and the code department about this for a number of months, so it's not something that's just happened yesterday. The second item is the board and its lawyers are proceeding with the proposed updates to the town zoning code. I see in your agenda that that it's on the agenda. I have not been able to see any revisions or updates to those changes. The farm community is very alarmed that you added a new permitted use to the ag zone, namely a religious education facility was not in the previous zoning, and now you've added that as a permitted use. And you did that with a threat of our LUPA action. The definition would allow a full development, camp, school, including housing, worship, teaching, dormitories, and even recreational facilities. This needs to come out of your revision list. Our LUPA does not require religious facilities in every zone. You're not putting religious facilities in the industrial zones, I can guarantee you that. The majority of the town now allows for this use, so it's not being banned in any other parts of your town. And the infrastructure is there to support it. The ag zones have no sewer districts, no water districts, which are a must for this type of development. Plus, the safety of walking on the narrow rural roads is also critical in the ag zone. It's time to listen to the residents and take a stand, even if the results are a threatened lawsuit, because this is critical. Thank you, and do what the 400 residents emphasized in March: preserve farmland and open space.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
James Legari.
Mr. Supervisor and members of the board. At the end of this meeting, you will vote on this board becoming the lead agency under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, that are known as CEQA, for the changes to the town zoning codes. What I'd like to give you is a copy of those. If you've not read or understand what this says, please take the time to familiarize yourself with these codes and rules, because that's what you're going to be voting on. On February 21st, 2025, the County Division of Planning wrote in their 239 response, and I quote, "For this current proposal," which was the code changes that were originally sent by the town attorney to them, "the CEQA process did not significantly evaluate the potential impact of the zoning changes." End quote. They list 5 areas that the county says should be examined via the CEQA process. Number 1, changes in the use or intensity or land use. Obviously, that's critical. Jerry was just talking about that. Changes in the existing level of traffic, changes in the character or quality of important historical, archaeological, architectural resources. Number 4, changes to natural resources, i.e. wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora and fauna. I haven't looked those up. They refer to the trees and also to plants and so forth and wildlife. Number 5, creation of hazards to environmental resources or human health. Any changes to the current zoning code requires that this board take the necessary time to examine which code changes will be effective and understand what those effects are going to be. The above is just 5 of the areas that must be examined. There were others that the codes that have been shared with you. Before this board, as lead agency, issues a negative declaration. As lead agency, this board will decide how the town of Fallsburg will be moving forward in many years to come. I respectfully ask that this board do as the county asked and with regards to the secret portion of what you're going to be doing. In addition, I just want to ask you quickly, I understand that the town experienced several water outages this last week. I hope that you can give us a report on that so I don't have to foil it. Thank you.
No,
No water outages?
no.
No broken water mains? I know of at least 3 broken water mains myself.
Thank you, Jim.
Does anybody else want to sign in?
Does anyone else want to speak tonight, either in person or
I
online?
have 2 online. Are we ready?
Yep.
Stan, I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening, all. I'd like to address item 13 on tonight's agenda. It's deeply troubling that the taxpayers of Fallsburg are being asked to pay for a special counsel and a special code enforcement matter because a council member has failed to comply with our own town codes. This is not right. A council member should be setting the example for all residents, showing that codes must be followed, not avoided. It undermines public trust when those elected to uphold the rules place themselves above them, while leaving the financial burden on the very residents they represent. If there was a code violation, it should be handled as it would for any other resident, without special treatment, and without shifting the cost onto taxpayers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stan.
All right, now I have Pam. I'm gonna ask you to unmute.
Can you hear me okay?
We hear you.
Okay, good evening, board members and town residents. 2 weeks ago, on August 5th, many residents spoke about the Rose Road property. Since then, FOIL records confirm the owner has not complied with violations. No site plan approvals from the planning board, no documented licensed electricians or NYSEG employees or permits for electrical work, and the fence still stands against code. Yet there's been no enforcement. Has the town issued fines up to $1,500 per day for this ongoing non-compliance? And what about the stipulation settlement that's been ignored for the year and a half? This property has no certificate of occupancy. If anything happens to someone on that property while there is no CO, it will open up unnecessary liability for the town. When will the town enforce the stipulation, enforce the violations, levy the fines, and remove them from the property? And more importantly, how can we expect anyone in this town to comply with our codes when this blatant disregard is allowed to continue, and when our code enforcement department and town board choose to neglect their duty to uphold the law? Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Would anyone else like to speak, either in person or online?
Nobody online.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and close the public portion, and we're going to move on to our agenda items for tonight. Number 1, motion to approve town board minutes dated 8/5/25.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 2, motion to approve warrant number 0825 in the amount of $1,820,079.08 dated 8/8/25.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 3, motion to approve warrant number 08A25, the amount of $271,686.86 dated 8/12/25.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Who's the second?
Aye. Sean. Motion passes. Number 4, motion to approve employment of Jan Jiliazowski in the Parks Department as office/clerk with a pay of $16.25 per hour effective 8/2/25.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 5, motion to approve employment of Dylan Ginty as part-time dispatcher with a salary of $25 per hour effective 8/18/25.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 6, motion to approve employment of Isaiah DaCosta as a laborer in the Parks Department with a salary of $16.25 per hour effective 8/5/25.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 7, motion to approve employment of Peyton Varner as an office/clerk in the Parks Department with a salary of $16.25 per hour, effective 8/5/25.
Motion. Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 8, motion to approve permit for Brett Buddy peaceful protest on September 21st, 2025 in Hurleyville, New York.
Motion.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Number 9, motion to approve 30-day liquor license waiver for Taverna Catskills LLC located at 218 Main Street, Hurleyville, New York.
Motion.
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. The next.
Hold on.
Pam, never muted again.
So number 10, this is basically an amendment to our town towing law, essentially establishing current rates for towing. If anyone would like a copy of those rates, you can reach out to us in town and we'll be able to provide that to you. Number 10, resolution number 66 of 2025 authorizing adoption by the town board of 283 attachment 1 to the town of Fallsburg tow law.
Discussion? Did anybody see this?
A motion for discussion.
Second.
For discussion.
Okay, so, all right, so we're in discussion.
Did anybody see it?
It was in your packet.
Did I miss that in the packet?
No, in your email packet.
It was actually the first time when the tow law was passed, but it wasn't
It was not in the second.
included. Yes, it was, it was in the packet, yes, for this.
It was for this week?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
And I told you it was in the packet.
we just said go through it.
And
Yeah,
if you
Yeah.
don't see it,
Table
if
it.
you can't
We'll
open
table
your
it.
package,
'Cause I
just
couldn't-
come in and get a copy.
all right. Can
But
we
it's in
table
there.
it then
Can
for
we
next week?
table it?
I just wanna quickly read what's in it as far as what the impact would be. And then we can table as well. What's the resolution number?
It's 66.
66.
Not coming
Alright, so essentially it establishes,
You gotta do that.
this is the resolution, so I have to. Alright, so here it is. So from 8 AM to 6 PM, up to $240 per mile, maximum of 15 miles, one direction only. And this is for all motor vehicles with a registered gross weight of under 8,500 pounds. From 6 PM to 8 AM, the rate goes up from $240 to $270, plus $7 per mile, maximum of 15 miles, one direction only. So essentially from 8 AM to 6 PM, it's $240 hookup plus $7 per mile up to 15 miles. From 6 PM to 8 AM, it's $270 plus $7 per mile, maximum 15 miles. For vehicles that are over 8,500, does not set the fee for them. It just says if a flatbed is requested by the vehicle owner or deemed required by the operator at the scene, same shall be authorized by a police officer at the scene and considered specialized equipment and subject the owner to an additional fee. Each licensee shall have available a standard non-flatbed tow truck available. In the event a licensee does not have a standard non-flatbed tow truck available, they should not charge an additional fee unless it has been deemed necessary as described above. If a flatbed is deemed required by the police officer on the scene or requested by the owner, all towing fees will be increased by $45. If after a tow truck operator arrives on the scene, it is determined that by the police officer on the scene that a flatbed is required or requested by the owner, the tow operator shall call the flatbed he wants from the list of licensed operators within the town. The tow truck operator will be responsible for securing the flatbed from a licensed operator pursuant to the Town of Fallsburg Code and paying the additional fee, if any, and including the same as detailed expense on bill to the owner. The additional flatbed fee will not be directly paid for by the vehicle's owner to an operator other than the licensee assigned to the original tow. Labor charge. A reasonable extra charge may be made for labor exceeding 30 minutes in conformance with the rates in this section to be charged in increments of no less than 30 minutes. Daily storage rates. All storage rates are set by resolution of the town board. And that's it. That's the addition to the law. We can still table and.
Can I just say something? E-code has been contacting me, they need that to put in with the law, so.
You're saying there's a time constraint?
I mean, you know, I had to tell them that we would do it tomorrow, that I would send it tomorrow, so, you know, like, if you're gonna table it, how long are you really gonna table it for?
Next week.
Next week,
Next
right?
week.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
But I mean, like, it's still not coming up on my phone. That's, I mean, I hear what
you
you
send
said.
us the same package.
It's not coming up on my phone.
Now I
Okay,
see it.
okay, there it is. Like, and like, it's not coming up.
We mean it didn't open right away.
Like I'm saying, I have the email, but like, it's that part didn't come up, and I'm like, what's going on here? I like the table.
Okay. Alright, so we have a motion to table to the next meeting.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright, so this motion has been tabled, and we can move on. Number 11. So this is pretty standard.
Next week.
You should, yeah. So this is pretty standard practice, when, I guess, developments are coming up, they have private roads inside, but they need to name those roads, you know, for 911 purposes, so emergency personnel know where to go. They essentially get to name their own roads as long as the county is comfortable with the naming. So resolution number 67 of 2025, naming Valley Grove Lane in a private community known as Valley Grove Colony, AKA Pleasant Valley Road Colony, within the town of Fallsburg on a parcel identified for tax assessment purposes as 36-1-50.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. This is essentially the same exact thing, with this slight change to the wording of the resolution is the same, it's just that in the agenda, that we need a correction. So, resolution number 68 of 2025, naming Summer Lane and Malka Drive in a private community known as Highland Commons LLC, AKA 52-42 Luxury Villa, AKA Westbourne Estates Phase 2, within the town of Fallsburg on a parcel identified for tax assessment purposes as 21-1-42.6.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second? I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. So number 13.
One other, just,
Okay.
the way that you read the resolution, it is different.
Yes, he just said it needed a correction.
Oh,
The county
The
sent it
resolution
over.
itself was correct, but
Okay.
in the agenda, there was an error in it, so.
Okay.
It wasn't her error though.
What?
It wasn't her error. It was the county's error, not Jen's.
Oh, the county gave us
Protecting
the wrong
Jen, that's
information. All right, duly noted, thank you. So, number 13, from time to time, the town has to engage in counsel for whenever we have conflicts of interest. In this case, the town attorneys are conflicted, so we reached out to Marvin Newberg, who was our conflict attorney for certain code enforcement situations, but Marvin Newberg has since passed on. So a firm did reach out to the town proactively, seeking to replace him. We haven't received anyone else, reaching out to us, and they're gonna charge the same hourly rate that he charged us. These folks are only used in conflict situations where either the building department's conflicted or our town attorneys are conflicted, and our regular town attorneys and building department cannot perform the work because they're conflicted out. So essentially, that's what we're looking to do today. We're looking to replace the late Marvin Newberg, as our conflict town attorney for code enforcement purposes. So number 13, resolution number 69 of 2025, authorizing engagement of special counsel Bluestein, Shapiro, and Barone LLP by Susie C. Sohn with respect to a certain code enforcement issue to replace Marvin Newberg Esquire.
Discussion?
Have a motion for discussion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so let's discuss.
I don't know if this was in the packet, because on my phone, it only downloaded the Tabinara skills. And it's like 2 pages, but then when I go back and look, I'm seeing 14 different files now, but I don't have access to
So you
it.
wanna table that until you get
Yeah, because I wanna actually see if this is, yeah, because I don't know if that was included, like the rates and.
Right here, the retainer agreement.
Yeah, you have to have it.
Yeah, I don't have it, that's what I'm saying, so I'd like to table it, because I don't have it.
So we sent it, but you're having technical issues.
Yes, you sent it, I have technical issues, I cannot open it, so I would like to table it so I can open it and actually read it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'd like to make a suggestion. In the board in the past, we always had hard copies available if you wanted to pick them up.
That's fine.
I think it's just we don't have to maybe make all the copies, but if there are a few that were in town hall.
So someone can pass by and just grab it.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes it much easier to read too.
In the
Yeah.
past, the police department used to bring them to all the town board
That
members.
was, yes.
That's what they did in the past. So you had paperwork on everything.
What do you need to do? We're more
Unless,
than happy to look.
unless the
So I
town board
actually-
member was coming in and then they would pick them up.
I actually stopped that. I was the one that stopped that because I just thought it was a lot for the resources for the police officers to drive to your house, but it was 10 years ago, but you're welcome.
All right, so, do we have a motion to table or?
I like to table it, because I can't read it, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know there was more, because, and the same thing with, number 14 as well, but, because, yeah, I can't read it.
Okay, so we have a motion to table resolution number 69 of 2025. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. All in favor?
Aye?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. So number 14, Richard, do you want to explain what the secret is?
SECRA is the State Environmental Quality Review Act. It requires the board to identify the type of action under the regulations and take a hard look at any action for various impacts, which can be of all manner, shape, and size. In order to correctly do that, the board has to declare itself lead agency. In an abundance of caution, even though there is an argument to be made that this was automatically done when the board originally took up the review of the zoning code regulations, this is considered by its nature a type 1, which potentially would have impact, where other type 2s have no impact and unclassified as everything else. So this resolution does not decide anything, it doesn't grant anything, it declares and provides notice of intent to declare lead agency. The interested agencies, which are in the resolution, are provided notice of the intent to declare lead agency, and unless somebody else would object and declare lead agency within the 30 days, where there would be a coordinated review or some other steps taken, then the board can routinely declare itself lead agency and conduct its review. Prior to passing any law, the board has to take a hard look and provide detailed information as to why a negative declaration should issue. If the board can't issue a negative declaration, a positive declaration issues, and there's further inquiry into impacts, mitigation, and other aspects of the law.
Is there any impact if the board decides not to declare itself lead agency?
Yeah.
Does some other agency
It is,
become?
no, this is the normal process for a town board that's looking at its own zoning code to declare lead agency. In this instance, there has been extensive review of all of the secret issues, including the 239 review, which initially, as read aloud, did have some concerns and was subsequently revised after full presentation to the 239, which left it for local determination. So that's what it is. I would not anticipate anybody objecting, but we'll deal with it if somebody objects, meaning a qualified agency that could serve as lead agency, but it would actually be precedent setting to not let the town determine its own zoning code. I've never seen lead agency not be the town when it's considering its own zoning code, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
So this is just a notice of intent. It doesn't decide anything other than the board intends to do seeker as it is required to do under the statute.
And if the board decides to become lead agency, then all these other state and county agencies have, what, 30 days to?
No, they have 30 days, no, we're declaring our intent. They have 30 days to make some objection, and then you would routinely declare the agency after that. It's merely the procedure in the type one.
Is there any questions from the board on this
No, pretty much.
process?
Yeah.
Right, all right, so do I have a motion to pass resolution number 70 of 2025, which is to our intent to act as lead agency under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, SECRA, for changes to the town zoning code.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain?
I'm abstaining.
I have one abstention,
I'm gonna abstain.
and I have two abstentions. Okay. So it's 3-0-2. All right, with that, I will entertain a motion. I think somebody wanted to go into executive session for.
Yeah, I want to take what, yeah.
We do too.
2 minutes.
All right, so, does anyone have a motion to enter an executive session?
Motion,
I have a motion, I have a second.
Second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We do not anticipate any further business after executive session. I would once again like to thank everybody for coming out.
Is that personnel?
Personnel.
Personnel.
Yeah.
And with that, we're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
This kid, he can